Hi. Do you want to get your children more involved in philanthropy and giving back? My name's Andrea, and my husband and I are co-founders of Aid Still Required, a nonprofit that shines the spotlight on forgotten people and issues. And we have parents all the time come up to us and talk about how they want to get their kids more involved. So I want to give you a couple of tips today about things you can do to talk with your children about philanthropy and getting involved in the community. The first thing you can do is, if you give your child an allowance, is have them set aside a portion of that allowance for charity. So I have one friend that does 3 different jars. So one jar is the jar that they save, one jar is the jar where they put money they're going to spend, maybe on a toy or a movie, and the last jar is the money they put aside for where they want to give money to. And then you make a time, maybe at your family dinner table, where you talk about things that you care about, maybe an issue that's in the paper in your local community, or something that's on television, maybe a natural disaster's just happened. And you make a list with your children of things that they're interested in and that move them. And then when it comes time for their allowance, they put that money for charity aside. And then maybe at the end of the month, or maybe it's every 3 months, then you give them the choice about where they'd like to donate that money. And it gives the child such a sense of empowerment, and you've had that time with them to discuss different issues and what's going on in the world. Another idea that you can do is, if your child has slumber parties, something that doesn't cost any money at all, is you could ask them when the kids come over, they have all sorts of different activities, and sometimes making a mess and creating a ruckus, but you could also set aside for them to do an activity. Maybe it's making cards for the local nursing home. Or maybe if it's the 4th of July, they could write letters and decorate cards for veterans. And then the next day, you have them all put them in the mailbox and send them off. So those are just a couple of ways that you can make a difference with your children. And please visit us at aidstillrequired.org and see how we're making a difference.